Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Scorpio, October 29, 2022. Early today's transits are tricky for certain activities. It's not an ideal time to get advice or listen to your worries regarding a relationship. You may be at a loss when trying to understand the motivations behind someone's actions, words, or disinterest. It may be better to enjoy a sense of autonomy for the time being, aiming to circle back to these issues on a day when people are more self-aware or detached. For now, there is hypersensitivity to manage. The tendency to think in extremes doesn't serve you well unless it's objective and prompts you to improve or strengthen weak areas of your life. Try not to make decisions based only on the morning's perceptions. Trust is difficult when Pluto is active and challenging, and you may get a sense that someone's withholding or hiding something from you. It could be due to fears, or there could be some truth to the feeling, but either way, it's better to wait to come to conclusions until you're less emotionally invested. Fortunately, you can learn much from sharing ideas or interests later today. Your outlook is optimistic, and your enthusiasm builds with creative or romantic matters. Cranky cosmic weather awaits you today. Mental Mercury, our cosmic messenger planet, is orbiting in your solar fourth house of domesticity and will cross swords with a dramatic Pluto now standing across the sky from you in your solar seventh house of relationships. This ensures that you and a partner will not be seeing eye to eye today about home or family-related matters. Sharp words, frustration, and manipulative tactics may even emerge at this time. Don't throw bombs at your lover, or you could feel like you're living in the midst of a war zone. Allow your commitments and partnerships to empower you. Whoever and whatever you have in your work and life balance should accept that you have various responsibilities to attend to. However, you may notice a slight power struggle when Mercury in Libra squares Pluto in Capricorn. If your arrangements are imbalanced, unequal, or lacking reciprocity, then you may struggle to meet the demands of your work and life balance. Use the square to address your expectations and boundaries to transform your commitments. Assume authority over your agreements to feel in control of your work and life balance once again. Today might be more about having your work and professional hats on, but even the money gods are encouraging you to make this a priority. With Saturn still in his early days in direct motion in your financial sector and the moon not returning until next week, there was already a call for a wait-and-see approach, while there is insight into work and job matters today that could lead to income potential down the line. Whether you know it or not, you are the source of a lot of comfort for your friends. People enjoy your company because they feel they can be themselves around you. You, however, cannot survive on feeling needed alone. The convergence of planets will encourage you to fulfill your health needs with your friends, so try to encourage others to drink lots of water, work out 3 times a week, and eat well along with you. Your activities and affairs are going to be progressing in the days coming up, but you run the risk of letting events overwhelm you. So, be too ambitious and watch out about getting swept up in a whirlwind of undertakings. Be pragmatic and try not to sacrifice your effective life to your professional one. It isn't too late to reconsider things and to settle for realities that are more modest. Just as important as it is having the moon in your work sector as Jupiter retrogrades back out of your career sector, is the reception the planet of luck and expansion will get when retrograding back into an adventurous part of your chart. In one fell swoop, the two very different sides of life's fence are getting a boost. It was just yesterday that an eclipsing new moon in a playful and creative part of your chart ran its course, and now the spirit of adventure is getting a boost. The moon's departure from your romantic sector yesterday not only wrapped up the eclipsing new moon earlier in the week, but the romantically charged lunar vibes of the last few days have given the most romantically charged weeks of the year an early boost. The moon may have moved on, but the sun and Venus, the planet of love, are just settling into their early days here. Our eyes in the sky. Today provides wonderful cosmic guidance for all in the area of spiritual development. Listening to your soul is where you'll find the most solace now. The Sagittarius moon propels you through the channels of your most profound inner work and philosophies. Many might have gone completely silent over the last few days because these are the kind of transits where ghosting is very possible. All is not lost with certain connections. It just points to a major overhaul in so many people's lives that it can be extremely difficult to focus on the most mundane of tasks. If someone has disappeared from your life, give them time to circle back around. Tomorrow brings a strong emotional Neptune influence that can have a sleepy and dreamy quality to it. It could be tough to stick to a strict schedule this week, and you might feel lost in the shuffle at times. Ask yourself where your mind seems to keep drifting when you get lost in those proverbial clouds. Maybe you're just being called to your next destination without even realizing it. Today marks a wonderful cycle of poetry, art and relationship connections that can lead you down the path of finding the soul mate of your dreams. Let love be your ultimate guide and muse. You never know what lies just around the corner. In the morning, the moon enters Sagittarius, ending its void of course which began last night. Over the next 2 days, spontaneity is key to our emotional equilibrium. We want options. We want experience. This is a good time to dive into a broad course of study or entertain discussions with people from different walks of life. It is an ideal lunar period for travel, physical exercise, self-exploration, and adventure. Oh, you have some challenges this week. Although you'll feel energized to get everything done, you may have some issues in your workplace or when it comes to your greater career goals. This minor setback is just that. It will move into the past almost as soon as it happens. The universe asks you to be sharp and focused now. It's an ideal week to think about starting a new business. Your work is changing, as is your money picture. Going with the flow means you should accept what's happening now instead of trying to resist it. Your relationships are not only important but also dreamily perfect for this moment in your life. Just a few minutes later, the moon trines Jupiter, its dispositor, in Aries. This aspect exacerbates the enthusiastic nature of the Sagittarius moon, inspiring us to broaden our horizons. We may be able to give something back to others now, acting in the spirit of philanthropy. Behaving generously instills us with greater gratitude for our circumstances. We have an easier time going with the flow and taking things on faith.